Hey collective, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Coach Liz. All right, y'all, let's tap into the weekly forecast. Let's see what you have coming up this week. Remember, collective, this is a general reading, so if it does not resonate, don't force the shoe to fit. There'll be more readings to come. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You guys, thank y'all so much for the support. Thank y'all so much for helping the team grow. We're slowly expanding, but we're expanding. So yeah, I love y'all. So let's see, weekly forecast. What's coming up for my collective? What am I getting? I feel like it's been quiet, y'all. In my head, it's been a little quiet. Like my dreams have been quiet. Um, I was picking up a little bit of like evil eye or envy or jealousy around you. Um, but so that could be the reason why it's a little quiet right now. Maybe a lot of people watching you. I just heard people watching. People watching. My wrist starting to itch. Um, yeah. So maybe it's just been really quiet for your own protection, collective. Like maybe you haven't had much to say with the throat chakra because there's either something balancing out or I'm just picking up like there's protection. Um, Lee said, Lee said maybe there's like a conflict. The less you say, the more immense the conflict or whatever adversity you could be going through. So maybe that's why you kind of like isolated or pulled your energy back because you don't want to feed into something. But there's definitely either communication coming your way this week, collective, to bring clarity on the situation, or you're just being more mindful on the things that you are saying right now because I don't know, it just feels like there's a little bit of jealousy or envy here. I don't know. Maybe you're having to be careful or just be patient for whatever it is or this is to pass or for it to calm down. That's like that temperance energy, Sagittarius. Sagittarian energy could be a bit impulsive. So yeah, I just feels like it just feels like you're just being, I want to say careful, but maybe there's patience, right? Instead of you being more impulsive with what you say or how you speak, you're just kind of like holding back, waiting maybe for the other person, or I just heard the other shoe to drop. So I feel like it's just this energy of you not wanting to add fuel to the fire. Um, okay, what else? Like, it also feels like, okay, 38. So maybe it could be 38 years old, but this is the heart chakra. So there could be something about you having to speak up, something that's, I just heard, weighing on you emotionally, but you're kind of letting things settle or you're being patient, the right time, right place. Uh, the world. It's either because you're either thinking about closing a cycle out with someone or something, and you're just being patient. You're just kind of like analyze. Here's the hostilities. I knew I was picking it up. I knew it. I was picking something up about either someone against you or you having to speak your truth, especially when it comes to your heart, your emotions, your feelings. Um, Something that you've been, or there's something that you're holding close to your chest because maybe you feel like there will be some arguments or conflict. We're gonna see, because I am getting a couple and storm warning. I was picking that up. Like it just feels like there's someone here or there's something here this week where you're just being a little bit more strategic or just holding your sword. Like it's like you're protecting your energy, but at any moment if you have to speak your truth, you will, right? Like you're just not talking just to talk. You're not just arguing just to argue. You're not just throwing, things out of your mouth or saying shit out of your mouth just because you can. especially if it's tied to your emotions, like you're just not reacting off of emotion, collective, which is commendable. I'm proud of you. Especially if this is a situation that's being brought towards you, like, because it does say storm warning and attachment at the bottom. So I don't know if there's people trying to stay stuck to your energy, or you're just trying to detach from these people, these energies, this situation this week. So we're going to see what that is. What else? Weekly forecast for the collective. These are my fitness oracle. Well, they're not mine, but they're the fitness oracle deck. We're going to be tapping into your health as well, collective, for this week. So not just your mental and emotional health, but we're going to tap into your physical and financial health. So let's see what comes out. What else? Weekly forecast for the collective. It says you'll achieve your weight loss goals, celebrate your hard work. So for some of you, y'all have been working really hard. I also just picked up on like you're transmuting, like whatever this is happening, whatever hostilities, whatever issues you could be facing this week. It's almost like you're not allowing it to throw you off course, like off your path, especially when it comes to your physical like your fitness journey, right? Because I do feel like my collective, I'm talking to a collective that's really focused on their overall health, spiritual, physical, and mental, emotional, just everything, right? So it just feels like you're celebrating certain goals that you've set for yourself, like something about time, like you're just letting things work themselves out. You're not adding to the bullshit. This is not the right time, not ready. Like I said, it's just something about the right time, right place. So instead of focusing on the arguments and the hostilities and the adversities and the conflict, you're just like, well, I have other things I have going on. I am focusing on myself. I have goals I have to reach. So you're transmuting that energy. Instead of focusing on what's not working, you're focusing on what is. And you're so much so that you're actually taking the time to celebrate yourself. And these goals that you're reaching, these are personal goals. These are things that maybe you've been holding on, close to your chest. Like you haven't been telling people, hey, I'm on this, I'm doing that. It's almost like you're just really in your own lane, collective. This week, I feel like you're just stuck in patterns. Reassess your habits. I feel like you are realizing what patterns or habits need to be changed or adjusted. I feel like this is also connecting with people who are attached to you, who keep repeating certain patterns, right? It's like you see the truth of certain people and situations in your life and how they could be keeping you stuck. So you're reassessing like your role, or the role that you play, and whatever these attachments are, and you're taking back your power. Interesting. And let me get one more. It said have fun. So something about you, like I said, you're not focusing on the noise or whatever it is, whatever this hostilities is. It says this time you'll do right. It's not going to be easy, but it will get easier with time. Perfection does not exist. Expecting perfection sets you up for failure. So for this week, collective, there is a need to kind of like allow yourself to have a little bit of fun. Not everything needs to be perfect. Not everything needs to be because I feel like I'm speaking with someone or a collective who is, I just heard rigid or strict, which I will say, as a Virgo, I like. I like strict. I like not strict or rigid. I like discipline and consistency, right? But it is different from perfection. So just because something doesn't go as planned or as exactly how you want it doesn't mean that we're going to throw it away in the trash and it's like you give up. So maybe something about you allowing or being patient with yourself this week, even if things don't match up or align exactly how you want them. there's a reason for that, right? Like there's delays for a reason. There's, changes and redirections for a reason. I was talking about envy and jealousy being in your energy this week. So something about rejection. Maybe there could be rejection somewhere, or redirect. I just keep hearing rejection is the divine protection. I don't know. It's all gonna come together, y'all. Like, it's all gonna make sense at the end. Don't you worry. But it just feels like I said, I'm talking to a collective who's using like their goals or something that you have been focusing on to pull you away or keep you from reacting or acting a certain way during whatever this storm warning or hostilities is that could be coming your way this week. Like you are not being sucked into whatever these patterns are with whoever. Persistence. I just said that. Dedication. Like you've been working on something. There's a goal or something that you, like a project or something that you set your mind to, right? That's something that you've been working on. This feels like it's some time. You've been on it, you've been at it, you've been persistent, and I feel like it's paying off. Don't give up. It says foster the persistent mindset, stay focused and press on through. So whatever these hostilities are, if you're an individual, right? Because I am seeing the heart chakra here in the center of your reading. If you're an individual that holds things very close to your chest, right? Like you get easily distracted when something or someone doesn't treat you a certain way or doesn't treat you like you would treat them, right? Like you get hurt really easily. I feel like I'm talking to a water sign. I love y'all. But sometimes your emotions can get the best of you, and we are in Cancer season. So even if you're not a water sign, a lot of emotions could just be coming up to the surface and you're like, why am I being so like sensitive? Like what's happening? But I feel like these are things that are coming along, or it's conflict at the bottom of this deck. Like things come along to, for you to realize that maybe there is a pattern there that needs to be closed out or you need to remove yourself from. Things come up to the surface to make you aware, right? To make you aware of the situation, to make you aware of what doesn't work or what is working. And I feel like you're realizing that whatever plan or goal that you have set for yourself, the more persistent you are with that, the more you stay focused on what really does matter, what really does align with your true purpose or your true, I don't know, something about there's things that are, they're becoming aware, or you becoming aware. I just heard uncovered. So things are being exposed, things that may have been blocking your journey, your movement forward. Like there are things that were patterns that were keeping you stuck. But I think now that there is awareness, you're going to continue to push through whatever journey or whatever situation you were working towards without the noise, without the distractions, without the attachments. You're letting people's own problems or their own conflict, letting them sort it out. You're not getting involved, which is, I don't think it's anything wrong with that. I feel like for some of you, you're shifting, your career is shifting, or you're thinking about it. So there's little to no time to get sucked in whatever this is, whatever this conflict is. For some of you, there is a shift in your career. There could be, or you could be in the middle of shifting or transitioning careers, and this could be what the hostility is. Like you're undecided, you're not sure if you should leave or you should stay. But there's something about your heart calling you a specific direction, or you going in a specific direction. Let me get one more of these money messages. It says the artist, creative endeavors can help improve your cash flow. And it did come out in the reverse. So it says, seek out the things that inspire you and help you boost your creativity. So even if you are, say you're in this, something about reading books could be significant, or you could be writing a book. For some of you, you could be thinking about being a writer. It says photography, design, music, acting, art, or anything in the creative fields. So if you're thinking about shifting careers, or you're just like trying to figure out like, what is it? Like, you have all this energy, all this, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to work, I'm ready to do XYZ, but there is something that you're still being persistent on, that you're still needing to work on, that you're still crafting and putting together. And I don't know if you feel like it has to be perfect, or it has to look a certain way, or it has to be a certain way before you expose it. And yes, it is the right time and the right place for things to happen. But there's also this energy of you, just because it's going maybe too slow, or it's like obstacles in the way, or people are in the way, or I just heard opinions could be getting in the way. There's this need for you to continue, like persist, to keep pushing. Nothing's going to be perfect. Nothing's going to be exactly like how you envision it, or maybe it will, but it just won't be, or it won't look exactly how you want it. Because here's the thing, right? It's not going to be exactly how you expected, but it's going to be exactly what you need, is what I'm hearing. Like it's going to be exactly what you're being called to do. Whatever this thing is, y'all gonna have to let me know in the comments. Like, what is it? What is it? I don't know. It just feels like you're expecting perfection, but it's already perfect. Whatever it is. Whatever this project is, Cancer energy, the Chariot, there's a need for you to move forward with it or take action. If you're thinking about I was going to say traveling, maybe for some of you thinking about moving, or I'm also hearing transformation. If you're thinking about relocating, or transferring, I think that's another word I'm hearing. I'm hearing a lot of tra words. TRI, try, maybe tree. Maybe you need to hug a tree to kind of like bring you back, ground you. But maybe you're thinking about collaborating with other people, or there is a collaboration happening, but you're expecting something to be perfect, but things are, it'll become perfect when it needs to, right? It'll be perfect in the right, when it gets to the right people, the right hands. Something about you, I don't know if this is a book, because I do feel like somebody could be writing a book or something like that, or there's a creative project here that you are not sure if you should expose or embark on that journey. Can't wait for the perfect time. You just have to be patient, take steps, be persistent, but something about you, like, exactly, just going for it. Okay. All right, collective. Let's see. What is all of this coming in? What do we have for the this weekly forecast? I was about to say the next 72. The weekly forecast for the collective. What is all of this? What is the collective even working on? Whatever it is. Look, I was picking up on travel, or it's like you're transforming, or trans. Maybe you're thinking about, that. I don't know. Like, look, temperance. I just saw temperance. Yeah, you could be thinking about switching your identity for some of you. Temperance, again, that Sagittarius energy. It may not be in that way, but it could just be you're no longer identifying with an old version of yourself. So there's like you are reinventing or you are reinventing this new version of you, and you've been working on yourself. You've been possibly working on your fitness, your money, your a new job. I don't know. Changing your name, changing your appearance. There's something changing. There's look, transformation. There's something ending, but there's some you're giving birth to something new. Okay. So maybe the attachment is coming from you hanging on to an old life or trying to hold on to like because it does say stuck patterns. It's kind of like you have already embarked on this new journey, but there are still parts of you or people or things that you're holding on to who cannot come with you on this new journey. And you're having to gain the courage this week to break those attachments or and some of these I feel like are very close to your chest, right? These are things that you've held on to for a while. I just heard 7 years, 12 years. But these are things that know like there is a cycle closed. It's a chapter that has ended. It's no longer you because you again, there's like this new version, new identity, or you're just focusing on your abundance, your self sufficiency. For some of you, your finances are looking good, or if you've built something for yourself that you're proud of and it's taken time. Okay, I like it. Justice at the bottom, Libra energy. So things are balancing out for you. Something about karma or karmic debt as well. Like you've paid off your karmic debt. You've learned the lessons. You understood the assignments. You got it. Like you got it. You don't have to keep repeating the same patterns over and over again. So something about your habits, you're realizing that some of those need to go as well. Maybe how you view yourself. I'm getting something about your identity, right? You don't identify with this old version, but you're also like in that in between where, well, if I don't identify with that version of myself anymore, then what do I identify with, right? Like, and I feel like that's what's being written. Is that's what you're writing down? Something about writing or books or something. I don't know, maybe you're reading about um improving self, like self-help books or something like that. Or maybe that could help. It's like you've been tending to your own garden. You've been planting some seeds and tending to them, right? But it's like you're waiting for something to be so perfect for you to finally say like, "Oh, look guys, by the way, I've been building this or I've been working on this." So, I don't know. Let's see. What else? Weekly forecast for the collective. Six of Swords, when does it come out? So travel. Somebody's definitely traveling. For some of you, thinking about moving, relocation. Um, but this is coming out of, I just heard hot waters, choppy waters. It's coming out of the, whatever it is, collective, whatever you've been working on. And I said something about collaboration or working with other people. Or maybe that's a need for you to kind of like open yourself up to collaborate with other people. You've just been overthinking, or like I said, just holding something really close to your chest before you expose it. But I feel like there's a need to like open yourself up, or it's like whatever you've been working on, you're being led to individuals who would appreciate what you've been working on, right? So here's what I'm picking up, collective. I feel like this week, because you've been changing or adjusting, or like I said, something about your identity has changed or just transformed, right? Like it's you're someone different now. Maybe there's old friendships or old, or there's family members, or there's a particular place or particular job that just doesn't, it just doesn't align with who you are becoming, right? And you've already turned the page. You've already started a whole new chapter. And it's like you're still trying to hold on to, or there's other people trying to hold on to you who see you moving forward, who see you changing, evolving. And it's like they want to come along, or that you want to bring them along with you, but they no longer, they wouldn't serve this next chapter. And I know that sounds horrible, because you don't want to dispose of people or make them feel like they're no longer important in your life. But there is something about readjusting or reprioritizing certain things and people and places during certain seasons. And it does feel like you are overthinking, or you have been overthinking, because it's like you're thinking about others. How would somebody else feel if I move to this place? Or how will my boss do okay if I choose to quit this job and become my own boss? How would Benny feel if I can no longer pay his bill because I have to preserve my money because I'm becoming my own boss? So I need to save my money for my own bills. So it's like whoever these people were who were benefiting off of your energy, not where they were using you, but where you were, you were there for their benefit. I'm not saying you never got anything from it. It just feels like they no longer can come on this journey, or they can no longer be attached to this next chapter, because this chapter looks different for you. The next chapter looks very different from who you were in the last one. The way you think, the way you look, the way you dress, the way you smell, the way you talk, the way you eat, the way, like, just everything looks very different. Okay. And that's what you've been overthinking. It's like you want everything to be perfect. You want people, my throat chakra's kind of messed up again. You want people to, you want to bring certain people with you, but sometimes you can't. You can't force people to be a certain way or think a certain way. Especially because I feel like you, collective, you've been very persistent on whatever this journey is that you've been on. You can't force anybody to be persistent with you, or you can't allow those who don't show up in that same energy to keep you stuck, because now you're holding yourself back from your own success. And I don't think you're going to, not with the Three of Wands. Look, and the Two of Cups. So, okay, for some of you, you're moving towards your soul tribe or a soul mate, where yes, you may be giving, or you may be detaching from old patterns or old connections or people that don't align with you anymore, but I feel like you're moving towards someone or some people or something that do align. So you won't feel that void or that, like guilt, I guess, maybe, where you feel like you're peeping. Somebody's peeping. We have peeping Tom. We have someone. What was I gonna say? Damn, I lost my train of thought. Maybe there is a peeping Tom. I don't even know what I was gonna say. I lost my train of thought. What else is coming up for the collective this week? I keep being called to this. Perfection does not exist. Five of Cups and the Three of Wands again at the bottom of the deck. So you're focusing on the things that may not have not worked out, or the people who you feel like you're letting down, or the people who have let you down, people who you thought were going to come with you on this journey, but you're realizing that they cannot come. And I'm telling you, it's like you're moving towards a soulmate or a partnership, or you working with someone that does, right? That helps you grow, that you definitely align with, But it does require for you to leave a old version behind. Void. I heard void. I think something in a void. I don't know if you feel like a void or like something is missing, or you wish you could have it all, right? Like you wish you could keep the old people or the old memories alive, but then bring them into your new life. But here's the thing, collective, right? Like you can't look at it because there's two cups right here too. There's two cups standing behind this person. So there's definitely another person here, or a relationship or partnership, a soulmate, or someone, a friendship, someone that's willing to, that does align. It feels like someone that's persistent or that aligns, because there's two cups standing. There's two cups still standing behind this person, and three are not. So something about three could be significant. Three, three, three. There's three cups, three of wands. So I don't know if there's, like I said, things that have not worked out with other people or other situations that you're kind of like still grieving, or there's a need to look back, look behind you and see what's standing behind you. See who's been standing with you throughout this journey, or there's a need to look, like turn your back to the things that have already, it's like spilled milk, right? Like you crying over spilled milk. It already happened, and you already see that it may not have worked out. It already disappointed you. It already left that void. I was saying something about a void, especially when it comes to the heart. But there's more. But wait, there's more. I'm hearing, but wait, there's more. Like it's not all over. These things are not, we're not supposed to come into your next chapter. For some of you, there's definitely relocation. Like maybe you're wanting to move to a different place, and you can't bring certain people with you, but you're having to go. You know you're being called to go a certain place. But you know the truth. Ace of Swords. I said you standing in your truth. There's that this hostilities card, which is like the Five of Swords. This card depicts it as one person with one sword, right? And I always feel like this hostilities card reminds me of you being against others, right? It's you drawing your sword, but your sword is based off of truth, which is what gives you power, right? Which is what helps you be the last man standing, or stand in your power. Is your truth, your honesty, your clarity, how you speak, how you express, how you show up. That's your power. That's your superpower. And it just feels like because you realize your truth, because you understand your purpose, because you have clarity, that's what allows you to be persistent. But something about you get stuck in these patterns, maybe victim mentality, where you kind of like get sucked into the, damn, like that didn't work out the way I planned it, or damn, like I know if I make this move I can't bring this person with me, or damn, like that was the homie, but they can't come because they're not ready, or they're not seeing what I'm seeing. So yes, it is sad. It does feel like a loss, but there's also a goal that you have to reach, that you're being called to. Actually, you're being divinely guided, that you're being divinely guided to persist on, because I feel like you already started it. I feel like whatever this journey is, you've been on it for a while. It's just sometimes you get into this pattern of, because things look so different, or because things are adjusting in a way where it's a mystery, right? Like you've never been in this place before. You've never experienced this version of yourself before. This is, like I said, this is a new identity. You're building for yourself, or you're creating for yourself. But it feels like it's an identity based off truth, based off inner truth. If you're thinking about writing that book, especially if it's something about your own life, like you writing about autobiography, maybe you're like those moments where you're writing the parts that were hurtful or that were um disappointing, right? It kind of brings you back to a place where you get stuck. You don't keep going, or you pull away from the project or from whatever. It just, there's something here where it throws you off your journey for a split second. It doesn't feel like it keeps you there. So maybe this week, collective, there's a need for you to stay focused, right? Stay focused on what is going right, what is going in a direction that you want it to go to, what is not working, what is arguing, what is conflicting are the things that are not supposed to come with you, are the obstacles that are supposed to be staying behind. Queen of Swords, you focus, baby. I love it. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, and again the Temperance is showing up again. So divine timing, divine, something about divine purpose. I feel like whatever it is that was keeping you stuck, even if you didn't know or you couldn't put your finger on it, it just feels like this week you become aware, right? You have this awakening or a sudden realization of what has been keeping you stuck. What has been keeping you stuck and repeating certain patterns. I'm being called to say something about this crafter card. It says the talent is just waiting to be expressed with your hands. Homemade products, jewelry, or some kind of craft project. Start a small business at home by creating novelties by hand. So I was picking up on that creative, something creative, a creative project that you're just been thinking about embarking, right? Like going for it. But I don't know if old patterns or you being stuck in this, I just heard lack mentality. I didn't see the Five of Pentacles, but it's almost like you are focusing on the things that did not work out instead of realizing that you already have the answer or the truth or the direction that you're supposed to be heading in. It's more so like you're just turning your back to it because crying over spilled milk. Come on, collective. You got it. You got it. Let me get an oracle deck to close it out. Bring it all together. I feel like y'all's messages, your fitness messages were very linked up to whatever it is that you have going on emotionally and physically. So if this week it feels difficult to kind of like get yourself out of bed or get up and go to the gym or go work out, it's because of whatever it is that you're telling yourself mentally or what you're going through emotionally. But you become aware of this. Like it's almost like I was about to say in the middle of the week, it's like you realize like, okay, hold up. Yeah, that may not have worked out. Yeah, that didn't happen how I wanted it to happen. But I'm not about to start repeating the same pattern. Like I've been here before. I know how to get myself unstuck. This time, it says this time you'll do it right. So it's like you become aware of something and you snap out of it. You see the truth. Look, never ending story. It's like you see the truth. Okay, mending. Not for you. Yeah, you're realizing that certain things are not for you and you're making peace with it. Like you're accepting things for as what they are, or accepting people for who they are. Letting them be or stay wherever they want to stay because they can't come with you on this journey. You're ready to take this leap. And look, chaos and conflict, and someone is not, or something is not, or other people are not, and you are. You're just like, okay, well, so if y'all don't want to come with me, I'm gonna go for it to the sea. Some of you are definitely moving. To be fair, I did see the Justice card. So for some of you, there's legal matters going on that still keep you attached, or there's legalities here that could be the reason why you feel stuck, or legal contracts. If this is with a job or something like that, it just feels like maybe that's why, if there's this stuck energy. But I feel like you're moving you're moving with clarity and honesty. when you move with clarity and honesty, you're moving in the right direction, whichever direction that takes you, right? Because now you're moving with authenticity. You're moving with truth. All right, 7. Number 7, 777 could be significant. To this sea, it says, isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless. This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into a sea of life. So because you are, like I said, you are very much aware, collective, of the direction that you're supposed to be heading in. You are aware of the project that you're supposed to be working on. You're aware of the patterns that you could be repeating. It's like you're very much so aware of these things. And I feel like this week you're letting yourself, like you're being patient with yourself, and you're just releasing, you're surrendering to what the universe or whatever the divine is guiding you. Because holding on to something or trying to control something is hasn't worked. Hasn't worked. And it does feel like there's too much new good news or victory coming your way, that you're, like I said, I feel like this week you're realizing that focusing on the things that have not worked out is only keeping you stuck. Nothing's going to be perfect, but it will be perfect for you in the perfect time. So back to that message I was getting, the right time, the right place. Right now it just feels like you're just floating in the middle of the ocean, and it's sometimes it's okay. Just float. Just float. It's okay. Sometimes we just need to let the universe do what the universe does. Like sometimes you just need to let certain things fall into place, because you don't have to do it. Something about your guardian angel, or you being, like I said, heavily divinely guided in a certain direction. Some of you just need to read a book. Sit down, read a book, or write the book. All right, collective. That's all I have for your weekly forecast. Let me know how this message resonates. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Again, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.